We wonder why the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi or Martin Luther King or Abraham Lincoln had such long-lasting effects. They looked at leadership differently from others. They looked at leadership as an opportunity to serve others, not to dictate or just make profits. To these leaders, leadership is service and service is leadership. These servant leaders are often driven by their belief that they are in their roles for the benefit and support of the people and the community that they are intended to lead. Today we have with us a servant leader, Henry Bell, who is a fifth generation Tyler Wright in both sides of our family. He's a graduate of leadership Tyler class of 2017, and he worked for 14 years with what is now Regions Bank in Tyler and has been with Tyler Area Chamber of Commerce for 31 years, where he's currently the president. He has added responsibilities for the Tyler Convention and Visitors Bureau and Sport Tyler. Welcome, Henry, to the interview.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So many leaders and managers can serve their employees as well as colleagues while also working for their own success or building their resume and success in the community. But unfortunately, they prefer not. What persuaded you to be of service to your colleagues and community?
Well, as you mentioned, I started my working career, working at a bank. And typically, the culture in a bank is for its employees to serve the community. Banks look at themselves as serving the community. So, and I actually grew up in a family of bankers. I didn't just go to work at a bank. I grew up with people that were bankers and who were passionately involved in their own community. So I really kind of went to work thinking this is just the way you were supposed to do it. That's the way it was supposed to be. And so as time went on, and I ended up going to work for the nonprofit that I work for now, you know, it just became more and more a passion of mine that, yeah, it's a paying job, but if I can make a difference leading a team and making a difference in the community and the world, then that's what I want to do. I'm basically a people person, so the more people I can be around, the more people I can help, then the more satisfying it is.
So from your experience and perspective, is that servant leadership or passion to serve a purposefully developed habit, a calling, or just something that naturally comes to you?
You know, I think it depends on every individual. In my case, I think that it was somewhat of a calling, but it developed into a habit. Maybe it became a habit. It became part of my own personal culture, if you would. And as you see the results of where you are making a difference in helping people, you become more and more passionate, and so it just becomes almost routine.
So it started as a calling, and you started doing it, and it became a habit.
Yes, and selfishly, it is satisfying. It is satisfying to help people, to help make your world or the community you live in a better place to live for everybody else, as well as yourself.
How important is to be able to lead from different seats, and how has this helped for successful outcomes? Sometimes you have to stay away or take different roles, not as a leader sometimes as a supporter, sometimes as a healer, and different roles you take. So that different seats, how it helped you in your in your leadership style?
Well, I think they all complement each other, and I think it depends the role that you're playing in each situation as to which one of those you'll be. You know, if I'm not only active in my own organization that I work for, but I work with a lot of volunteers who I encourage to lead themselves. So I'm enabling others to be leaders within my own organization that aren't employees. But then I'm also encouraging employees to work independently somewhat, because that's the style we like, but be productive and help them to lead. And if they can, the more they lead, the less I have to lead them. So then I can work on more on the outside world. So I think it kind of depends on what situation. And at the same time, I'm also still involved in the community outside of where I work. So, you know, if you sit as a board member on another organization, or whatever, then you have a different role in that case. You may not be the head of that board, but you have a role. Sometimes it might be just listening to the whoever is the head of that board and hearing what they need, and then coming up with an idea, but doing it where they think it's their own idea. So you sort of led them nonchalantly in the background.